Thank you, Anzalina, for your good explanation. Hello, members of PAII. I'm your beloved sister, Fadlilah Novia Rahmah from Gresik. We'll continue our discussion about gender. Sexual harassment is a form of sex discrimination that has long existed in workplace, where women have been the recipients of unwelcome sexual behavior. In 2020, sexual harassment is still a big problem for Indonesia. We remember a few days ago there was news of verbal sexual harassment to the candidate of Mayor of Tangerang City, Rahayu Sastrawati. And we also remember the news of Titi Anggraini, the Executive Director of Perludem, Perkumpulan Pemilu dan Demokrasi, has received a comment that are degrading to women in her social media. We have to know that sexual harassment can be verbal, such as making jokes, spreading sexual rumors, or can be visual, such as spreading naked pictures, making obscene gestures, or can be physical, like pinching, flaunting, flashing. At worst, the victims are sexually abused. Badriah Fayumi, a member of KUPI, Kongres Ulama Perempuan Indonesia, stated that sexual harassment victims must be given a physical and psychological healing, as written in Surah An-Nur. Likewise, Nur Rofiah stated that everyone must realize that women are not a piece of meat that is used an outlet for sexual desire, but women are human who have intellectual and spiritual dimension. Sexism is the belief that males are superior to females. It occurs in family life or marriage life, where the husband or the father rules the rules. It also occurs in workplace, when women hold lower status jobs and receive lower wages than males for the same work. Only a century ago, women had no right to attend college or work. Women had no right to their property or their children, and could not initiate a divorce. Many of us discriminate on the basis of gender without realizing it. We think that our behavior is natural and acceptable. Women continue to be overrepresented in the traditional female occupation, although we are seeing more women entering jobs traditionally held by males, as shown in this table. However, even though more young women are finishing high school and college than their male peers, they are still not making inroads into many traditional male jobs. The jobs in which women predominate are accompanied by neither high prestige nor high income. People in professional positions, such as teachers and nurses, do not compete in income or prestige with architects and engineers. Women continue to be overrepresented as clerical and service workers and underrepresented as managers and skilled workers. Women are more likely to take career interruption, including time off to take care of family issues such as children. PEW released its research stated that Indonesia is the most religious country in the world, even overperformed than states in Middle East. Unfortunately, based on research also, Indonesia is a country with low literacy. The high level of religiousness with low literacy makes this country often face religion issues, including misunderstanding about how Islam views women. A lot of statesmen say that women are aurah, women are part of ribs of men, women cannot work outside, women have to take care the house. Misunderstanding about religion with patriarchal culture makes gender stereotypes are developing in this country. Now, how to bring gender equality to the classroom beyond? Data indicates some differences in the academic achievement of females and males that might be eliminated if educators improved male performance in literacy and female performance in mathematics and science. There is not common agreement, however, on how to accomplish this goal. Some researchers have proposed that teachers develop classroom environments that take advantage of the learning styles of boys and girls. Professional development programs on the gender equity focus on changing in the content of curriculum and the behavior of teachers towards students. Teachers, counselors, teacher aides, coaches, and principals all have roles in eradicating an inequities that result from sexism. Different approaches may increase the participation rate of female students. Both female and male students today use technology in different ways than most of their teachers. They use technology and connect to the social media, to social networking 24 hours. The challenge for teachers is how to keep them use technology to open the world to learn. Let's examine some of the approaches supporting gender equity in schools. They are Title 9. It's amendment of United States that states no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be included from participation in, be denied in the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. In Indonesia, there is a regulation of State Minister of Women Empowerment and Child Protection, Kementerian Pemberdayaan Perempuan dan Perlindungan Anak, Number 11 2010, rules about gender-responsive madrasah. Madrasah has to aspect the academic, social, physical environment, and community environment to pay attention in needs, problems, and aspirations of women and men in the sphere of education. Today, gender equality has been seen in schools and madrasah, where female teachers and male teachers are given same roles and salaries. However, we have to admit that there are still gender stereotypes in madrasah. The resident of school still give a question whether female principal is allowed, is female chief of class is allowed, or don't choose female student for chief of OSIS. Girls are more likely to complete advanced academic course in science and mathematics than boys, but are less likely to select science, technology, engineering, and mathematics areas as college majors, and thus are less likely to have jobs in these fields, which have higher salaries than the traditional female profession. What can teachers do to increase girls' interest in STEM fields? Boys may need a greater focus on phonics than girls. Selecting books that will hold the interest of the boys is important. In addition to finding books to hold the interest of boys, teachers may wanna divide students into different reading or work groups. There may be other art and music projects that would engage boys and girls. After the Title IX, 1972 in the United States, male and female students received some treatment. But the real gap in the United States is not about boys and girls, but among white, Africans, Americans, and Hispanic students. And the real gap in Indonesia is between poor and rich students. It is the challenge for government to bring inclusive education to people regardless level society. Non-sexist education is designed to ensure that the two sexes are treated fairly and equitably in the curriculum, their interaction with teachers, and instructional and extracurricular activities. There are 3 points which have to do in non-sexist education. First, portrayal in the curriculum. Second, incorporating students' voices. And third, learning together. Students should be exposed on women's contributions as well as men in history course. History course that focus on war and political power tend to focus more on men. In the science course, students has to discuss about societal limitation that prevented women from being scientists. Women scientists and writers in the past often used male names. In Islamic history course or sejarah kebudayaan Islam, we often find the roles of Sahabi, which is the roles of men, such as Abu Bakar, Umar, Utsman, Ali, Zubair, Talha, Abu Ubaidah bin Jarrah, Muawiyah, and etc. And in Abbasiyah and Umayyah Empire, often mention the roles of scientist men such as Al-Farabi, Al-Ghazali, Al-Khwarizmi, Al-Razi, and etc. But we rarely find the roles of Sahabiyah or the roles of women. We just find the roles of Khadijah and Aisha. The second step is incorporating student voices. Girls and boys have the same right to be heard and to be understood their experiences. So, the girls do not fully take on their feminine roles, and the boys do not fully take masculine roles that dominates women. Teachers should pay attention to the feedback to male and female students. Male and female students should share the leadership in the classroom and discussion. Girls may need encouragement to participate actively in hands-on activities, and the boys may need encouragement to participate in writing and reading activities. Step is learning together. Non-sexist education does not ignore gender in the classroom. Instructional strategies must be varied to engage boys and girls. As we discussed earlier, girls may be more comfortable with writing, reading. Single-sex schools focus on developing the confidence, academic achievement, and leadership skills of young women or men by focusing on their unique learning styles and cultural experiences. Although in United States, most single-sex schools are for females, some private schools are for boys only. Schools in some urban areas have been established for young African American men. Many debates of separating education for boys and girls. Pro people say that classroom can address the needs and learning style for boys. They also say that because the teacher for all boys school will be men, the students will have good role model for prepare them for manhood. They also say that single segregation environment will encourage the students to discuss more about critical issues. People who against the separating education for boys and girls say that the single-sex course reinforce gender stereotypes. They also say that the boys from school with boys only will attend the course or the workplace, so they will be with boys, girls, or women and men. The single-sex school doesn't mirror the real world. Halpern at 2011 said that there was no well-designed research available to support the contention that single-sex segregation increases gender stereotyping or legitimizes institutional sexism. So let's see Indonesia, the pesantren, as the educational institution that separates boys and girls. Are there gender stereotyped cases in pesantren? Any of you will research the pesantren based on gender cases